Second year commerce, today we are going to learn the main types of checks. Basically, there are three main types: bearer check, order check, and cross check. One by one, we will see in detail what we meant by bearer check. As we discussed in the previous classes, that bearer check, the check which contains the phrase or bearer is called a bearer check. Over here, you can see the phrase or bearer, and this phrase is open. Bearer checks are also called open check. This check is payable to any person who bears it, or you can say who holds it. Now, what are the characteristics of a bearer check? When you will take a bearer check into a bank, any person can withdraw money from the bank in the bank's counter without giving any identification. Means when you take the bearer check or open check into the bank will not ask you to identify yourself as a payee. So what does over here mean? If you see the bearer check, it is written pay. For example, I'm going to write over here any other name, Ali, or bearer. What does it mean? It means pay Ali or holder of the check. So anyone who is holding the check, he can take the check and he can take the payment from the bank. In this check, the word bearer is written after the name of payee. Okay, now this check can be converted into order check with the consent of holder. Means the same check, which is a bearer check, you can convert the same check into order check. Now, what is the procedure of converting this bearer check into an order check? Put a single line, or you can put small crosses over here. Now, this check is converted into order check. The right to receive the amount of this check can be transferred without any endorsement. Now, if the check is bearer and you want to transfer the right to any other person, so no need for endorsement on the backside because it's already a bearer. Bearer means anyone can take the payment. So if you want to transfer the right of the payment to anyone, just give the check without any endorsement. The presenter or holder of this check can withdraw the amount. It means the bearer check is a very risky check. Moving to the next type of a check, that is an order check. As we just discussed that how you will convert the bearer check into order check by just put a line on the phrase or bearer. It means now this payment is only will be given to Mr. Ali. For the payment of this check, the bank demands identification from Mr. Ali. Now, Mr. Ali has to prove himself that he is the payee. He will be asked by the bank to give the identification card, like here in Bahrain, CPR, in Pakistan, NIC. So, bank will demand you your CPR to just check that you are the same person whose name is written on the payee. No any other person than Mr. Ali can withdraw the amount from the bank. Now, what is the difference between bearer and order check? Only of this phrase or bearer is written off here. Same to same. Both checks are same to same. The only difference is this word. In open check, it's open. This phrase is open. And in order check, this phrase is written off. After giving the identification, bank will pay the amount to Mr. Ali. Now, looking into the characteristics of order check, the word order is written after the name of payee. On this check, the word bearer is written off. The amount of this check is not paid without identification. This check can be converted into bearer check. Now, look over here again, how you will convert this check again to open. Only, first of all, you need to know only one person who is the drawer of the check can convert this check into bearer. Over here, he is the drawer of the check. He is the account holder. So, account holder has the only right to convert the check into bearer. Now, how he is going to convert this check into bearer check? He will just write the one more phrase here, bearer open. And there is a signature required over here. The same signature he has done over there. So he has to do the same signature to authorize this conversion. So in this way, now look, bearer open. What does it mean? It was written off earlier. Now it's open. This Mr. is saying, that is the same drawer is saying, by authorizing this statement by his signature, and he's saying now bearer is open. So this is the procedure to convert the ordered check into the bearer check. And what is it? Number one, only account holder can do that. Number two, he has to write the phrase bearer open. And number three, signature is again, authorization is required of this change. Now looking to the another characteristics, this check is safer as compared to bearer check. When we cut this phrase or bearer, it means only this person whose name is written, whose name is nominated over here, like Mr. Ali, only this person can take the amount, no anyone else. Bank will not pay to any other person except Mr. Ali. Okay? The right to receive the amount of this check cannot be transferred without endorsement. Yes. Now Mr. Ali wants to transfer the same check to any third person. So Mr. Ali needs to endorse this check from the back side. For example, Mr. Ali wants to give the same amount, same check to Mr. Salman. So Mr. Ali needs to endorse this check from the back side. Pay Mr. Salman. Now the third type of a check, that is a cross check. In the same check, when you put two transverse parallel line, okay, when we put two transverse parallel line on the face, on the left side of the face, it is called a cross check. It is a typical check. It means it's a very common check we used in the bank, on which the drawer draws, means account holder. Account holder draws two transverse parallel lines. Now these lines stands for some instructions. And what are those instructions? These two lines means these are instructions given to bank. Now the drawer is giving some instructions to the bank. And what are the instructions? That just don't pay this check on the counter. Never pay this check on bank's counter. This check will be only credited into the clearing. And this check only will be credited into Atul Vasan accounts. In this example, payee is Atul Vasan. So only if Atul Vasan is having account in any bank, he needs to have account in any bank. It means this check cannot be paid on cash on the counter. This check will only go to a clearing and Mr. Atul Vasan accounts. Mr. Atul Vasan will go to his bank. He will deposit this check into his account. Why we are doing this? We are making the check more safer. The bearer check is the very risky check. We cut the phrase or bearer, we convert into order, and we are making the check more safer. Now this is the cross check is the most safest check. Why? Because by putting these two transverse line, now this is the instruction to the bank that never give check amount, pay cash to Atul Vasan. Never pay cash to Atul Vasan. Then what? Atul Vasan has to take this check into his bank, and always he will deposit this check into his account, and money will become via clearinghouse into his account. The amount of this check cannot be collected at bank's counter because the amount of check can only be deposited into the account of a particular person. Now first Atul Vasan will deposit this check into the bank. Then Atul Vasan will write another check to withdraw the amount from his account. If Atul Vasan wants to withdraw this 10,000 rupees, he needs to write another check of his own account, and then from his own account he can withdraw 10,000. What are the characteristics of these checks? The two transverse parallel lines are drawn on the face of the check. The amount of check is not paid in terms of money. Firstly, the amount of check is transferred to account of payee, and for the withdrawal of money, the payee has to draw a new check. The crossing of a cross check can be cancelled, yes, and only the again drawer of the check has the authority to do so. How I can convert it into a ordered check? Number first, only drawer can convert cross check into order check. Now what is the procedure of doing that? Number two, yes, This person, he is the drawer. He will write over here the statement crossing cancelled, and again he needs to do the signature over here. So he will authorize this statement by signing the statement. So this is the procedure. We can convert a cross check into an ordered check. He has the only authority. So this check is now much safer as compared to bearer and order. Why? Because cash is not given. The amount is going to be credited into the account, and account holder has to write another check to withdraw the amount. So it is very safe. There is no chance that the amount will be credited into wrong account, may be given to a wrong person. It is not possible. This check also requires endorsement for the transfer. If you want to transfer the right to another person, a drawer or payee needs to endorse from the backside of the check. And one thing over here I want to add, mostly in the business world, all business people, they issue a cross check. In these two transfers parallel line, they write account payee and they write one more word over here, only. Only credit this amount into the account payee, which is Atul Vasan. This crossing makes this check a very safe, that 100% this amount, that is a 10,000 rupees, will be only credit to Atul Vasan accounts. So I hope now these three types are clear to you. What are the three types? The first is bearer check, which is also called open check. Why it is open check? Because or phrase or bearer is open. When you cut the phrase or bearer, it becomes order check. When you put two transverse parallel line, it becomes cross check. And order check, you cut the phrase or bearer. Or bearer, you cut this statement. And cash, you can withdraw cash. Over here, withdraw cash. But in this check, cannot withdraw cash. Why? Because this check is only payable into the account. You can only credit this check into your account, and the amount will be cleared into your account through a clearing process.